Hello and welcome to today's video. We're going to cover the two series that took place in the LPL earlier today, some stats unique to what I'm doing when I'm recapping these games and watching them, and then preview tomorrow's slate in the LPL and LEC as summer split begins. So Thunder Talk JDG predictions 2-0 on the day. I figured both of these would be 2-0s and that ended up being the case. JDG just the better team. Thunder Talk were competitive in this one at times. But in the end, JDG's team fighting took over. Ruler took over Kanavi, and Thunder Talk just didn't really have much for them. So game one, early game, Thunder Talk very active, made 3 plays. JDG won, but at 15 minutes they were behind significantly. Flandre up 1.1k gold, 11 CS. The bot duo of JDG up 1.1k and 9 CS total. Grubs 4-2 in favor of JDG. JDG also took a Rift Herald and all 4 Drakes. So that's indicative of a winning formula there. Game 2, 14-minute laning phase. Ruler would have a solo kill onto 1xN in this one in the mid-game. Ruler on a Jhin, 1xN on Ashe. At about 14 minutes, JDG, the more active team, made 4 plays, 2 to mid lane. Thunder Talk only 1, which was a long range Ashe arrow by 1xN, which landed on a Yagao, securing UCal a kill. UCal, the only area where in both games he actually had in game 1, very meaningless 3 CS lead and gold was even. But in game 2, he was ahead 500 gold to 22 CS. Definitely superior to Yagao in this one. At least in the laning phase, and that's not a big shock. I mentioned going into this matchup, UCal is a very solid mid laner. He is no slouch. He should be able to get the job done, and although they did lose significantly, he wasn't necessarily the reason why. In game 2, some leads. Flandre up 1.2k gold over Hoya. Flandre really taking it to Hoya in this one, even though Flandre played Zac in game 1 and still was up 1,000 gold. There's a diffy going on here. Kanavi up 921 CS. Both sides picking carry-oriented junglers. In game 1, it was Kanavi on Nidalee. And then Beshwan on Karthus. Then in game 2, it was Kanavi on Lilia and Beshwan on Graves. So both junglers end up leading their teams in damage, which we'll talk about in a second. I really do enjoy a carry-oriented meta for junglers. I do like carry-oriented junglers. Kanavi, Canyon being 2 of the best in the world at that, and of course great at everything else as well. But carries are truly where they can shine the most. Beshwan, that is also his strong suit, which is why he's been Thunder Talk's best player, in my opinion, to start the year. Zhao Hao for Rare Adam. We're going to see some players that, are better at carries. What's his name? Shoot. Not Leyan. Oh, Shun. What's his name? Shun. 900 gold lead for Ruler missing in game 2. In terms of grubs, 3-3. JDG would take Thunder Talk would take the Rift Herald and actually be competitive in Drake's 3-2. But JDG win the final team fight and win the series. They would take the Baron and end with it with about a 5,000 gold lead from it. When you take away the 1525 you get automatically. So totals for this series. In terms of plays, JDG made 6, Thunder Talk 4, 7-5 in favor of grubs for JDG. Rift Heralds were split. JDG took 7, Drakes to 2, and had a 5,000 gold power play. In terms of stats overall in the laning phase, Flandre on average a 1,150 gold lead and 13 CS. Kanavi 614. UCal 250 and 13, and then Ruler missing up 1,000 gold. However, I believe they were down 3 CS on average. That's inaccurate. Kanavi 15-1-23 with a team leading 29% of damage. Ruler had the best KDA, 17-3-21 plus a solo kill. Beshwan 9-9-11, 26% of damage and the loss for TT. Then we have LNG Top Esports. This was very competitive. Game 2 coming down to the final team fight around the 5th Drake. Game 1, Top Esports were behind by quite a bit. LNG pacing top in the very early game. Gala very strong in this one. The best player between both teams. 10:30 laning phase ended in part due to Gala being on Ziggs and just mowing down that bot lane turret. They also had a 2v2 kill, which hung on the Rakan, secured. At 10:30, Top Esports, a 500 gold lead for 369, as well as Tien on Brand in Game 1, and Weiwei on J4. And Weiwei getting things done. I mean, he made 3 plays, 2 to bot side. Top Esports made 1, but it wasn't enough. 500 gold lead for Scout in mid, and a 2.6k gold lead for Gala hung in bot lane. 29 CS up. Keep in mind, it was a Senna Ornn bot lane for Top Esports, so Jackie Love did leave lane at times. Grubs, all 6 went to Top Esports. Drake's 2-1 in favor of LNG, but Top did take the only Baron of the game, getting 2,974 gold with it. Game 2, a lot closer, but at 11:15, Top Esports did have a slight advantage, in part due to 369 on the Rumble, up 800 gold, 31 CS. Even though LNG attempted a lane swap, it didn't matter in the end. LNG attempting 2 plays in the first 11 minutes. Top Esports won. An 800 gold lead for Cream in mid lane over Scout. Cream on Wei and Scout on Talia. And it was a solo kill by Cream that opened that up. So 800 gold and 12 CS. Gala and Hung up 700 gold again. So they got ahead of Top Esports in both. Gala on the Callista really kept LNG in this one. For a long period of time, they actually had more kills than Top Esports. Grubs 5-1 in favor of LNG, but Top did take the Rift Herald once more. LNG did secure the 5th Drake, going up 3-2, but then lost the ensuing team fight, and Top Esports ended off of it. No Barons in Game 2. Totals for plays, LNG make 5, 3 to bot side, Top Esports 2. Top took 7 grubs to 5, as well as both Rift Heralds. Drake's LNG had the advantage 5-3, but Top Esports took the only Baron, getting 2,974 gold total. Laning stats, 650 gold lead for 369, 150 for both jungle and mid in the case of Top Esports. LNG's advantage coming in the bot lane. Gala hung up 1,650 gold on average and 12 CS. Key stats, Cream had a solo kill and went 6-1-14 with the team leading 30% of damage. Tien had the best KDA on the squad, going 7-2-6. The best KDA outside of Cream. I mean, he has a 20 KDA there, right? So that's a thing. Gala, 5-5-6, 38% of damage in the loss, and had the highest DPM of anybody between both squads. Hung a 2v2 kill. Preview for tomorrow, we have Anyone's Legend and Nip. So, AL coming off of a win against Ultra Prime 2-0, Nip a 2-1 win against Weibo. Last time they played, Anyone's Legend actually won 2-1. 9 of the 10 starters are the same. Anyone's Legend swapping out Harry for Ale. Shanks, 14-8-32, had a team leading 29% of damage. Rookie, 27-8, 34% of damage in the loss. Afterwards, we have Weibo and Ultra Prime. Weibo coming off of a 2-1 win against IG. Up coming off of a loss to Anyone's Legend 2-0. Last time these two teams played, Weibo won 2-0. 6 of the 10 starters are the same, as both teams have swapped out top laners. Weibo now have Breathe, and ZDZ is on RNG. Ultra Prime now start Ching Tian over Decade. Weibo now have Tarzan, as Zhao Hao went to Rare Atom. And Ultra Prime have swapped out supports, Jue going to Rare Atom, and Nikat joining the squad. So Zhao Light went 22-4-41, 59% of damage, into the counterparts, which were Yukai and Doggo, going 15-11-8, and 58% of damage in the loss. I'd say in a 2-0 to have a positive KDA is pretty nice. So Yukai Doggo, unlikely the reasons why the team lost the first time they played. Of course, the first matchup a lot more interesting than the second one. LEC preview. So keep in mind, we have no games to go off of prior to this. So we have Heretics and Giant X. Well, no games, for a month now, right? And some teams have changed rosters. So, Team Heretics, Giant X. Last time they played, Giant X actually won, but Giant X now have a different top side. So, Otoamne and Peach are out. The Antonio and Juhan are in. Jackie's Patrick Ignar, the bot side of the rift for Giant X, went 11, 2, and 33, 59% of damage in the win. Zero, Flackett, and Trimby went 4, 11, 8 with 68% of damage in the loss. We also have SK and Rogue. Last time they played, SK won as a tiebreaker to get into the top 8 and move on from regular season in spring. SK have swapped out the bot lane. Exokick and Doss are teamless, I believe, which is a shame for Exokick. I think he is definitely LEC level. And they've brought in Rahel and Luan. Rahel played with D plus Kia the last couple years in Challenger. And Luan used to be known as Double H, and he played with Nongshim Red Force in Challenger. So, Irrelevant Isma Niski, top side of the rift for SK, won 11, 3, 32, 68% of damage in the win. Finn, Marcoon, and Larson went 2, 8, and 7 with 75% of damage in the loss. Vitality BDS. Last time they played, BDS won 2-1. 9 of the 10 starters are the same. Linkus is now in. Douglas is out. Nuke, 15, 10, 16, 33% of damage, led the way for BDS. And Vatio, 9, 7, 11, 19% of damage in the loss. That cannot happen again if Vitality wants to win tomorrow. G2 Mad Lions Koi, when they played last, G2 won 2-0. All the starters are the same. So Hansama, 11, 5, 8, 28% of damage in the win, led the way. And Supa, 7, 6, 9, 24% of damage in the loss. Last matchup, Carmine Corp Fnatic. KC have to get the primetime slot because, well, I mean, we're playing to the fans, right? They're playing for viewership. Fnatic won last time they played. 7 of the 10 starters are the same. KC swapping out their top side. They now have Kana instead of Cabo Shard. Kana playing with D plus Kia last year and went to Worlds with the team and was teamless in spring. Closer joins the squad, last playing with 100 Thieves last year. So that's a thing. And Bo is teamless. Vladi joins the squad as Saken is teamless, I believe. Some of these guys might be playing for KC Blue. No, Saken definitely isn't because Abadage is playing for KC Blue. Vladi played with KC Blue last split as a rookie, very young player, promising prospect. So the bot side of the rift is the same. Noah June in that matchup as Fnatic won would go 13, 4, and 23, 31% of damage. Upset Targamas, 5, 9, 12, 35% of damage in the loss. So matchups really that are interesting, I'd say Anyone's Legend Nip. Vitality BDS, G2, Mad Lions Koi certainly are the matchups for tomorrow that have my attention. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter. And hope to see you again tomorrow.